And today we're back in the Dune Desert. So in our previous episode we did the Fuse Modular Frame Factory, that bad boy right there. And today we need to make 2 towers that's going to be producing 1,000 iron ingots each from that point and from that point there. Alright, let's get on down here. There we go. The 2 towers that I'm going to put up here, I've actually already designed them as a placeable blueprint. So that's going to be quite easy to quickly put them up here, but we're going to need to do a little bit of prep work before we can do that. And for the recipe that I'm using, which is an alt recipe, we're going to need iron ore, which is that bad boy right there. We've got another iron ore node that's being fed to this tower, and this one's bringing in about, I think it's 720, and this one's going to be supplying about 720 as well. So if we have a look, let me switch on my lights. So if we just scoot on in here, you can see this is the inside of the circular area, and I'm going to use this as the means to feed everything that I need going back and forth here. So there's going to be a lot more belts coming in here eventually. But for this one here, you can see this is where our iron ore is coming out. And this is the belt. You can see it's going to go right around here. So at some point I'll probably change this to something else, but the circular pattern will remain. But I'll probably do something just to make it neaten it up, just to neaten it up a little bit, and probably make it a bit more walkable. But for now, this is how it looks. Coming back over here, we can see we've got already one miner in place here. This one is feeding all the ore. It's going to go for the first tower, and then that ore from that node that's right next to it is going to be for our second tower. But the second ingredient we need for the 2 towers is going to be water. And to make my life easier, I'm going to do this via packaged water, which we're going to get from way over there. So we do have an existing packaging plant right there, but that's not going to be nearly enough for what we want to do. So we are busy expanding it quite a bit. And let me show you what that looks like when that tower is done. And that tower is going to be feeding water onto these 2 belts. And then the canisters are going to be going on the bottom 2 belts, or the middle 2 belts rather. And then at the bottom here you can see copper ore coming in from the various nodes in the area, and this is to feed all of these towers. Alright, so let's head to that tower and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, here we go, our H2O tower. So as you can see here, we've got a whole bunch of water coming in. So this will feed 4 belts. It should do about 3,000. At least it's scheduled to do 3,000. So here we go. We've got our, what is this? We've got 10 pumps pumping water from this little pond. Or small little, yeah, I suppose this is a big ass pond. Pumping it, the water going around the back end here. And I thought I'll do like this interesting looking little curve here, just because, why not? And this goes into the central area. Which then, if we pop in here, we'll go up this center column all the way up and gets distributed to the various floors. So this is just our little H2O tower, and that just feeds in all the way to the central area. And this is basically going to be giving us all the water we need for all the future builds coming in to that area right now. Right, let's head back. Right, so our water is in place and doing its thing, so our H2O tower is doing everything it needs to do. So let's head on back here. Now the reason I've got these little bits at the end here at a 45 angle is because the way that I made the blueprint, it's done at a 45-degree angle, but I want the factory or the tower to face this direction, or essentially face inwards. Right, so let's see if we can build these guys. So I put them onto my quick slots here, and as you can see, these ones are quite expensive, especially on the steel. They do about 1,000 steel to start with and about 1,000 iron plates. So make sure you stock up on those before you want to put these ones down. But here we go. So I want to aim for that base there, and I need to move it down so it lines up with the floor. And we're gonna just nudge it out to right there, so just on the line. And let's place this one down and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so for these ones on the side, this is where you if I go to, there we go. So you can see here, this is where the iron ingots will be coming out, and on this side as well. There we go. So those two are the out points for the entire factory. If we go around the back end, you'll see this is the pipe inlet and this is the ore inlet. So just to give you an idea, you can see, so just go straight up in there. And once you got those in here, you can just quickly jump in here. You can see this is where the water pumps up, or it goes up rather, and it goes into the factory upstairs. This is where the ore is then split into half. So one set will go up here and go straight up, and this will feed all of the refineries. So if we go have a look at the refineries itself. So this is where the elevator will be once we're done, but we have to build the entire tower before we can put the elevator in. The blueprint maker doesn't allow for auto-connecting the elevator, so we're going to do that later on, but it's quite easy to do. Alright, so from here, water's being pumped up, and you'll see it just goes straight up. So if we go one up more, you'll see it just continues straight up. So this is where the auto connection will be, right there and there. Alright, I just quickly added some electricity because we're gonna need to fly up for the next sections. So the way this tower is designed for this one, for at least 4,000, is you want to place the base section, and then you want to place two mid sections and then a roof section. So let's get the base section up here, correction, the mid section. So you want to aim for the top of the roof, make sure that you are in blueprint auto connect mode. There we go. So once you put it on the roof, you'll see it will try and snap right there. So press H to lock this one in position. And what you want to do is you want to just nudge it down until you see that section there come together. So you'll see that going all the way around, it kind of just falls nicely into position. See, there we go. All right, so we're gonna put this one in, double click it. That's it. And we're gonna do one more. So it's gonna be two mid sections. So lock that in position. It's gonna wait for the blueprint to catch up. Come on. There we go. And we're going to go all the way down until we get the joints to meet again. Like that. Perfect. Double click it. Alright, so we've got our base section and our two mid sections. So let's see if we've got enough resources for the roof. There we go. Just filled up. Alright, again, lock it in position and nudge it down until the seams meet right at that edge there. There we go. Double click it. Alright. And let's take a step back and just have a look at this tower. I'm quite happy with the final product. This tower came out so damn nice. It's got a very kind of like cyberpunk night city feel to it, which is kind of what I was going for. There we go. Pretty cool. Alright, let me show you how to connect all of this up. Okay, we'll place down a miner. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. So we'll position this one in a bit. For now, I just want to connect it up to make sure everything is running smoothly. Again, like I said, this is just all temporary. Just to get the system going. So it's going to do 480. We need to do a little bit more than that. 720. That's going to be fine. Alright, so these guys will start pumping up the ore. We can actually see the first bit coming in. Here we go. Right, then you can see all the ore is busy being funneled up. So you got a half splitting into this one and then a half going up on that one. Alright, let me show you the auto connect and how it actually works. So for this tower, we've got the base section here. And then right here is where the other ones will link up. So you can see there's a connection right there, and there's going to be one right here. And the way the ore, not the ore, the way the conveyor belts are being connected is this section right here is part of the build, and then this section comes down, and as soon as they get close enough, they'll auto connect immediately. So if I just turn on my HUD again, you'll see that's the auto connect section here. So this section here will be part of the bottom blueprint, and this bit here plus that little one there will be part of the top build, and then that auto connection is right there. So you'll see it on this side as well. There we go. That little one that's highlighted now, that's the auto connect section. And then you can see here is also where the pipes auto connected right there. So the one thing we want to do is we want to hook up power. So you just go here where the little sign is and you hook up the power. Let's make sure that it is hooked up at the bottom. So we've got this little node sitting right there. I'm going to hook it up. Actually, I'll just pop out here for a second. And there, let me just grab this one. Just want to grab this connector. There we go. And we'll put the connector right below that little connection right there, just so it's nice and neat. There we go. And if we head in here, alright, so there we can see that one's connected up. Those will go up all the way. So we just need to make sure we connect all the other floors as well. So that's the one we just did now. And we've got one more to connect over here. Alright, that connects the third midsection. Now we just need to do the roof. There we go. Alright, so now all the machines are actually on. And let me show you, yeah, so let me show you this section here. So this kind of acts as our buffer to some sorts. The pipes will be the actual buffers. So the water is getting pumped up through this section all the way. It gets split off into these ones, and then we'll go down to this machine. And then the next one, so you can see those two pipes will go all the way down to the very last machine. And that will be this one here. So these are our last pipes coming in. So obviously we've got no water coming in at the moment because we still need to funnel it from our H2O factory that we showed over there. And it's going to go around this section here and then goes out to this bus section here. And there's going to be water coming from that bus section as well. Alright, so that's our towers at the moment. So I think let's build the second tower. And then we can hook up the other ore and get the water to run into this point as well. We're just going to quickly hook up the ore line. This is again going to be just a temporary hookup. We can actually look to do this a bit more aesthetically pleasing instead of just having lines running every which way. Because we still need to get our water down here and we still need to fill out this base section here. Alright, so we've got ore is flying in. Okay, let's add our elevators and just complete the look so I can show you guys what they actually look like once everything's in place. And you'll see there's a nice little nook here, just automatically snaps to. So this one's designed with the first floor, or the ground floor, to face outwards, and then from here, you just lift it all the way up. And the thing here is you're actually going to lift it past the last floor, all the way up to just below the little fix-it sign. And the reason is just it completes the look. And I'm actually going to remove that top floor stop. I'll add stops in later because I actually need to go on the inside, but it's going to be a lot of back and forth going in and out the whole time to be able to move around and build them. So let me just get the elevators in. So I'm just going to paint these all. I don't want to stop, I want the entire elevator. Grab this one. Move over to our first one. Again, outside. And then going up all the way. Let's go all the way to just below the sign. Right there. I'm going to delete this floor stop. Make sure this is the correct color, which it already is. Alright, with all of them in place, we'll disable the HUD. We'll move back a little bit and just check it out. Ah, damn it, these things look so bloody nice. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Got all the vehicles passing by. Alright, so the next step, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to line up and get all the water in, get all the ore going in. I'm going to build the base, and we're probably going to have like a big floor that both of these are going to sit on. And then we'll come back and make sure everything is running as it should. Alright. Alright, so here we go. We've got these guys fully operational now. And I've built them, let me show you. I've built them onto the same like platform / floor. I've got the conveyor belts coming in at the bottom. We've got our water coming in, canisters going out. We've got ore coming in. And I'll show you in here. So this is where our water canisters, let me shine some light on the subject. Alright, so we've got water canisters going out, coming in. Empty ones going out, full ones coming in. Gonna get filled up. Got ore and water canisters here as well. We've got our ore belts coming in. We've got our water canisters going in, filled up. Empty ones going back out. And all of this is going down to a sink at the moment. So we will be putting them on this bus at some point, but for now, just to make sure everything's running smoothly, we've got these things just charting up all of them. So we need to get 1,000 out of each one of these towers. So we've got 500 and odds one, 500 and odds over there. So in average, they will average out, well, in total, they will average out to 1,000. So let's go check out the other tower. All right, coming back here to these ones, they are currently, let's see, 500 and something, 500 and something. So again, that will average out to 500. So if we jump in here, so you can see I've actually kind of changed this around. I've got the elevator now on the inside. So let's check out the build. All right, so I've got the little throughput monitor right here. So if you want to double check that the machines are running fine. If it's anywhere close to 500 like it is now, 510, 498, 493, that's perfectly fine. It's going to average out to 500. Same story on this side, so everything looks all clear. Dun, dun, dun. And this damn cable. I'll figure it out soon. Alright, let's head to the top floor. So it's going to be, what, 105 meters up? Nice. So there you can see all our different floors. So it's basically like a logistics floor. I've got the production floor and logistics floor, similar to all my factories. Alright. So here we can see the water is coming up. And this buffer is working, well, pipe buffer is working pretty damn good. We've got more than enough water coming in, and then going down again. So these guys are being fed fully, so we've got 100% efficiency on all the machines. I just went through all of them, and all of them is currently doing 100% efficiency. And if we look up front here, we can just see like this is where the final product or the ingots go out and then goes down all the way. And obviously all the floors is just a duplicate of the other floors. So both of these factories, I've got their refineries, and like I said, they're all carbon copies of each other. The only difference is the roof section just ends up with the roof. It doesn't have another logistics area. And then the floor section just obviously ends at the floor because we don't need it to go more down as in the pipes and the conveyors. But, oh, I wanted to show you this little top section here. It's kind of cool. I wanted to have the chimneys, the little refinery chimneys sticking out there. So when you see it like this, you can see the little chimney sticking out with the smoke coming out. But unfortunately, the tower is so damn tall. If you go down, you completely lose sight of the little chimney areas. So you'll definitely see it if you're a bit further out. So let's see if I can. So there you can see them kind of like. That's the idea I had in mind. It's like the little chimney sticking out. But yeah, that's the full towers at the moment. So we've got our H2O towers there at the back, feeding all the water coming through here. It's going to get funneled from here, going all the way around, and then water into that one, water into that one, empty canisters going out, then merging at that point, and then going all the way back to the tower, getting refilled, and then rinse and repeat. Then we've got our one miners over there. Let's put away the gun. One miner is right there, and the other miner is right there, and then both that one feeds that tower, and the other one feeds that tower. And then at some point we're going to have a big tower right here that's going to consume the majority of the ingots being produced right here. But now that we have these towers available, we can put them down just about anywhere and just make sure that we've got ore coming in and water coming in. And Bob's your uncle, you've got 1,000 ingots coming out of the bottom of the tower. Very cool. This tower will obviously be available on my Patreon as a set, available to all my tier 2 patrons and above. and you guys can download it there and just use the video's instructions how to plonk it down, but I'm sure most of you guys can figure it out. So there we go. That's our 2000 ingot production towers sitting nice and pretty here in the dune desert next to all the other towers, and we're gonna on the next episode we're gonna build them a nice little skinny tower that I've got planned here to use all the ingots. So we're gonna have a nice little companion tower sitting next to that one, and slowly but surely we're fleshing out this entire area here. Right. And that's it for today's episode. So as usual, I'd like to thank my patrons again. Your continuous support allows me to continue building what I think are pretty cool buildings. And obviously I'll make blueprints of these. You guys will have access to that. You'll have access to my world save, and you'll also have access to mega prints. I'll be turning these towers into mega prints as well. And all you need to do is plonk down the mega print, feed it ore, feed it water, and you're done and you're good to go. So that's it for this episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one.